Hey guys, and welcome to the Explicit MMA podcast. I'm your host, Kevin Fernandez, and we finally have a video that's going to be up on our YouTube, Explicit MMA. Link in the bio of our Instagram. It's in our link tree. It's in the bio of literally everything. So let's pull it up. Let's pull up my screen. UFC 262. I didn't manage to catch the prelims or early prelims. I caught the main card the night after, so let's have a go through. Sergey Spivak versus Greg Hardy. Dominant performance from Sergey Spivak. Greg Hardy did not look good, and I don't know what's going to happen with him now. Like, MMA fighter, cool, whatever. He's lost how many in a row now? He's 7-5. Has lost his last three, all by finishes, and just wow, really. I mean, he's lost to the good people. Taito Vasa, I think he's ranked third. Like, come on. Sergey's 15th. Tybura's ranked pretty highly, but man, you want to keep him on the main card, but you can't give him people like like Dmitry Smokov or whatever his name was. Like, you can't give him these like low echelon people when his name's that big. I think this sounds rude, but I think the UFC might end up releasing him, but do not quote me on that. Like, don't. For Sergey, he's ranked now, so we can see who he should face next. Actually, it's on here. I'll just go up to heavyweight real quick. Heavyweight. Sergey's ranked 15th. Who I say Walt Harris. Walt Harris is ranked 13th. He doesn't have a fight coming up. And yeah, I think that's a good fight. That'll be a good fight to watch. Or you can give him Augustus Sakai, who's coming off a loss. And yeah, just either of those. Obviously, Blagoy Ivanov's taken up in May, so if I was Sergey, I would want to get in there fast. He finished the fight in, what was it, 2 minutes? So, yeah. Then you got Kevin Holland versus Alex Oliveira, and my god, the memes come out of this. By the way, if you're watching the video, I know I'm on my phone right now. I'm just pulling up some shit. The first round was actually pretty like wild, to be honest. I did not expect it going that way, but I've heard a lot of pundits saying that it was going to be a close fight anyway. Let's see. The first round, like everyone gave it to Oliveira, and that rear naked choke at the end was the funniest shit I've ever seen. You've got fucking Kevin Holland just thumbs up in the middle of it, and I thought that was hilarious, man. It was absolute jokes. And if I'm on Verdict MMA right now, please check them out. They're great. You get to see what the majority of people scored it and all that stuff. And the world scored it like 9.8 to Oliveira and 9.2 to Kevin Holland. So they take a cumulative score. So the majority of people actually went for Alex Oliveira in the first round. And then you get to the second round. Kevin Holland just throws this short, I think it was a right hand, to knock him down, which I thought was... He's really good with those short shots. I don't know how he generates that much power, but when you look at these skinny guys, it sounds rude for me to say, but it's true. They generate so much power from the smallest attacks. I think that's crazy. Now we got the Bryce Mitchell versus Edson Barboza fight, and what can I say except from I did not expect that. Like I'm gonna tell you what I actually predicted. I predicted Barboza by third round knockout, and he got absolutely shut out. I'm going to pull up the stats actually to see how many takedowns Bryce Mitchell actually landed. Thug Nasty, UFC 272. I have to put on UFC stats, don't I? UFC stats. By the way, you should definitely check out UFC stats. It is great. I love UFC stats. Coming to this Masvidal. There we go. 4 takedowns from Bryce Mitchell, 34 strikes, 16 strikes from Barboza. He shut him out there. Like, honestly. He even knocked him down, which I think is insane. In the first round as well, and then Edson Barboza was not there for the rest of the fight, if you ask me. I think it's mad that he got knocked down. Like, You could ask 100 people who know anything about MMA. If they said that they would think that Bryce Mitchell would knock him down, they're stupid and they're lying here, right? Let's get it straight out the way. Now we got the Dos Anjos Moicano fight. This was interesting. It should have stopped after the fourth round. Let's be honest. I think Moicano was taking too much damage, and his corner should have done something to stop it. But maybe there was a agreement in place with his corner staff that, hey, he shouldn't do the fight. Like they shouldn't stop the fight, because I know Anthony Smith, when he fought Glover Teixeira and he was getting the piss beat out of him, right? He told his staff, no matter what, don't stop the fight. And yeah, staff corner. You know what the fuck I meant. I'm looking at these cumulative scores right now. So Israel Adesanya's dad is actually on Verdict, and I follow him. He scored the rounds for Rafael Adesanya, was all of them. 10-9, 10-9, 10-7, which is crazy. Like 10-7 for the third round, 10-8, and then 10-9 in the last round. But the last round was surprisingly close, which shocked the hell out of me. Like, Moicano did well in the final round. Like, I was genuinely confused at how he did that well, but after, like, the shots he took were not good. Let's pull up some stats as well. I'm not sure whether these are the significant strikes or the... Yes, significant strikes. 149 for Dos Anjos, 88 for Moicano. Moicano absorbed 119 head strikes. Jesus Christ. No, and he's a fucking warrior. Like, what do you take this fight on? A couple days notice? 4 days. 4 days notice because Fiziev had tested positive for COVID. And let's just go to the main event. Calvin vs Masvidal, the rivalry fight, the crazy fight, which turned out exactly how most people expected it. Like, I'll show you this right now. I'll show it to the camera. Let me get off the screen real quick. If you see that, I got Covington by decision. And I won some big points on that one, I'll tell you that much. Yeah, I had Covington by decision, and it went how everyone thought it would go. Covington wrestled the hell out of him. I think landed 6 takedowns. Yeah, 6 takedowns. Outstruck him. And yeah, I wasn't really shocked. I know that Masvidal rocked him in the fourth round, but I still think that Covington won every other second in that fourth round. And I don't know how the judges gave like, one judge gave him that round. Excuse me, but what did everyone expect? I thought that was a dominating performance, and yeah. Now let's go. What fight should they have next? Which, like, I should have said it after the Holland fight. I just completely forgot. I just remembered it now. So let's just go up to the welterweights. Probably easier to go this way, isn't it? Welterweights. So, I thought Kevin Holland would be right. No, he's not. I say he fights a Li Jingliang or a Jeff Neal. Probably Jeff Neal's coming off a win. I think that's a good fight. But either Jeff Neal or Li Jingliang, I don't want him to. I don't want to see fight Santiago Ponzinibbio. I don't want to see Santiago get knocked out, to be honest with you. And then Oliveira can fight whoever the fuck he wants. It doesn't really matter. Like, Charles Oliveira is such a fucking savage. He could fight anybody outside of that top 15. It'll be absolutely fine. Then we got Bryce Mitchell, Edson Barboza. That's your featherweights. Let's see where they've jumped to the rankings now. Bryce is at 9. Barboza's at 11. What about Barboza versus Bryce Leroy? When's this fight? This weekend. Yeah. Let's do Barboza versus Alex Caceres after this fight against Sadiq Youssef. I think that's a good fight. That'll be a good watch. And then Bryce Mitchell. I don't think you give him to an Evloev. I mean, they have the same record. However, I don't think you throw in the undefeated fighters together. Like, maybe Giga Chikadze, but once again, I'm not sure Or you could jump him up real high. Give him Calvin Keita. I want to see him fight Calvin Keita. I think that might be a good fight. That interests me, actually. You got the Chris boxing of Calvin Keita, and then you've got the just smothering jiu-jitsu and wrestling of Bryce Mitchell. Then, what was the next fight? Dos Anjos versus Moicano. I've got sniffles, guys. That's why I'm rubbing my nose and shit. Dos Anjos is ranked 6. Fiziev. I don't know how you... That fight was already booked. Dos Anjos doesn't care. He'll fight Fiziev again. He's not going to complain. Or maybe you give him a Dustin Poirier, but he's too fixed on fighting Nate Diaz. Yeah, I say Fiziev or maybe a Gregor Gillespie if you want to jump Gregor up there real fast. RDA doesn't do that well against wrestlers, and Gregor Gillespie is a pretty good wrestler. He doesn't fight that often because many people don't want to fight him. He had that one fight after this, and I don't think he's been booked since. Yeah, he hadn't been booked since because it just doesn't... people don't want to fight a wrestler with, great potential. That sounds rude to me. Then you got the welterweights. Let's see what they're on. Masvidal's fallen behind. I don't know what you do with Masvidal, to be honest. Maybe give him a Nick or Nate Diaz. Nate Diaz more than Nick. I don't want to see him fight Nick, let's be honest. Maybe. I hope this doesn't happen. When Leon Edwards fights Usman, Edwards loses, and then you could put that fight together. But I see Edwards pretty much fucking him up the entire time. Or Masvidal versus Thompson. Do that rematch. Both guys not on the best of streaks. I think it's 2 fights for Thompson, 3 fights for Jorge. Yeah, so you put that together. Don't give him someone young. He's not going to fight a Sean Brady or a Chimaev or anyone like that. You have to give him some big names. Thompson, they could headline a fight night, but the fact is, Masvidal probably sees himself as such a huge star that fighting on a fight night is out of the picture. So, yeah. Then you got Colby. Colby's in a weird fucking position, man. He's lost twice to Usman. And he's calling out Poirier, which isn't going to happen. I don't like the calling out saying, I'm going to, fuck your kid's not yours. Don't bring the kids into it, man. That's just fucked. But, Colby... Give him the loser of... Well, if... So you go Hamzat versus Burns. If Burns wins, give him Covington. Right? And if not, probably the winner of Muhammad versus Luque. I think that'll be a good fight, especially if it's Luque. Luque comes to scrap, man. Luque's fucking crazy. Sorry. This is a fucking awful blast. Alright, let's look at next week's cards. Actually, let me go through my predictions for how well I did on Verdict. Let's see. So, looking at all of these. We started with the Rodriguez fight. I had Rodriguez by decision. That came true. I actually had Jalen Turner by second round knockout. Yep. Sergey Smith I actually had by decision, but I guess Greg Hardy didn't do too well. Kevin Holland I had by second round knockout. Happened. Barboza third round TKO. Yeah, didn't happen. And I had both these fights by decision. Where did I rank? Top 40% of users, which sounds not that great, but I'm pretty chuffed with that because you have to give exact rounds, method of finishing. You can't just pick who you think's going to win in this app, which is fun. Not too bad. Now, next week's card. Let me pull out predictions for that. Ankalaev. Santos versus Ankalaev. Let's just go through it. Alex Pereira versus Bruno Silva. Let's see, what's Bruno Silva's style? Black belt of Jiu-Jitsu? Ooh. Why are they... Oh, he's predominantly knockouts. Fair enough. I was going to say, why are you matching it up with a Jiu-Jitsu guy? Wait, hold on. Look at these fucking wins. Jesus Christ! This guy who had a 500 record and then was like, nah, fuck you. Obviously, most of these guys don't. He beat Alexander Shlemenko by knockout. Bro, this guy's good. Shlemenko ain't a fucking joke. 2018, how was the oldest Shlemenko had dead? 2018 was 4 years ago. 33. He beat Shlemenko. Hey, Shlemenko ain't a joke though. What the fuck? How the fuck he beat Shlemenko? He knocked him out in the first round. Yo, I might need your rendition. But I do have Alex Pereira by first round knockout. You heard all the jokes of me, but you know, that'd be the case. Then Drew Dober versus Terrence McKinney. I've got Drew Dober by decision. But McKinney took this fight on a week's notice. I know. I mean, he knocked some guy out taking a fight on a week's notice in 7 seconds. But I'm favoring Drew Dober here. I'm not gonna lie, but I wouldn't be shocked if Terrence McKinney did something fucking crazy. Khalil Roundtree versus Carl Robertson. Yeah, Robertson. I always call him Robertson, but I've got Khalil by decision. Sadiq Youssef versus Alex Caceres. I think Sadiq probably wins it. Let's see. Alex Caceres is on 19-12. It's a great fighter, man. Like, he's on a good win streak. Beat Chase Hooper. He loses the big guys, but then look at that. He has a win over Sergio Perez. Damasio Page. He's a weird fighter, man. Like, damn, man. He's good, though. And then, let's see. I've got... Obviously, got Steve Bay. I've got Song Yadong by second round knockout over... Marlon Moraes. Mainly because I think Moraes is a bit past it now. That's rude to say, but I do think he is. Like, he hasn't had a good run in recent history, has he? Like, I don't even think he won this fight. I think he should be on a 5-fight losing streak. Like, I feel this fight was a robbery, but yeah, I think he's on a 5-fight losing streak. I think he's gonna get finished again, and I don't know where he goes from here. And the main event, I've actually got Ankalaev by decision. I feel like Ankalaev is probably the most well-rounded fighter in that entire division. Like, dude, he could do everything. Like, he could strike, he's good on the ground. And Santos is good, man, but we saw what Glover did to him, and I see Ankalaev doing something really similar. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I do see it happening. Yeah, so that's enough with that. What time are we on? 18 minutes. That's it. God, why is it talking to yourself sucks so much, bro? Let's look at this. I'm on the ESPN website right now for anyone who's wondering on the podcast. Kayla Harrison re-signs with the PFL. That's some big news. Mark Ramundi. Big on Mark. And I'm 7th in the women's pound for pound list, ESPN. The UFC made an offer, but it wasn't the same ballpark as the ones from PFL and Bellator. I mean, yeah, what do you expect, to be honest? It's like, the UFC doesn't have a featherweight division, and then you have Kayla Harrison, who fights as lightweight. It's kind of hard. Like, what they're gonna fight? Nunes, who's gonna be rematching Peña. So yeah, that's cool. Who's next for Covington? I don't know. It's time for the UFC. Greg Hardy, probably. Yeah. What else is in the news? Divisional rankings. Let's have a look at this. See what they're saying. Ngannou, Gane, Miocic, Tuivasa, Lewis, Blades, Volkov. I say Overeem doesn't deserve to be in there. Respectfully, I don't think so. Like, I don't know how Overeem's still ranked in the top 10 there. Let's see the UFC rankings for heavyweight. Like, and that's no respect to Overeem, but he's on the big. Is Rosenstrike in there? Yeah, how's Rosenstrike in there? But how Chris Dawkins is? It's like, how's Rogues went on? I see that. Makes sense. Yeah, makes sense. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, basically. Obviously here. Where's there we go, there's Gay God. I love Darren Till, but he doesn't deserve to be ranked here. Quite frankly. All the audio listeners are gonna be pissed at me. Let's get something else. Oh, there's news of Makachev saying that he wants to win the 155 belt, which I think he does do, defend it 5 times. But at least 3 times he wants to beat the record, and then he wants to move up as long as Usman is not a champion anymore and become a double champ, making history, being the first ever lightweight and welterweight champion. Which I could see happening, because behind the big, like, welterweight that is, like, Usman, you've got some pretty small welterweights. I'm not gonna lie. You got Covington, who could definitely drop down to 155. Gilbert Burns is a former 155er. Put it up. Leon Edwards could have dropped down. Some of these guys could like really drop down. Kiesa's been though. I'm fully sure Kiesa being former lightweight. And serious tones, we got Velasquez being denied bail for some fucking reason. That's a bunch of shit. Let's not lie. He should have not been. Why is his like fucking? I'm mixing my words. Why is his bail being denied? Like, because he's too much of a risk. They say it's like, no, he's not. The risk is the government let out a fucking pedophile and a molester, and the guy who tried to like take the law into his own hand, which he really shouldn't have. Like Joe Rogan says, I wish he fucked up with his hands. He's the one who's too much of a risk. Fucking bullshit, man. And, I'm sorry for this podcast being such a mess. Let's go to the main screen. I'm sorry for this podcast being such a mess. I have no idea what I'm doing, and hopefully I can make this podcast more weekly, and we get used to it, get into the vibes, hopefully enjoy ourselves, and yeah. Let me just pull up all our social medias on Linktree, which should be in our bio, but we'll tell you anyway, because I'm a nice person. Log in. Alright, we're on YouTube. Our YouTube is literally Explicit MMA. Spotify, which, it's probably where you found this podcast. Let's be completely honest. We're on Twitter on Explicit MMA. Talking about Twitter, my tweet made it onto BT Sport, and I was the happiest motherfucker I could ever be. Like, holy shit. Man, I was fucking chuffed, I'm not gonna lie. Like, how the fuck did I manage to get on a BT Sport? Like, where's the tweet? Where's the fucking tweet? Twitter. Like, I was watching the weigh-in show, and I was like, yo, fuck it, let me drop a tweet, let's see what happens. And I don't know, I have one follower, that's my mate. I tweeted out, tweets and replies. BT Sport, what's the likelihood that Jorge and Colby shake hands after the fight? I knew it was gonna happen. I thought, you know what, fuck it, let's put something that they'll probably talk about. And yeah, it went on. Do you think the beef is real? Keep up the good work. I got on a BT Sport, guys. Let's fucking go. Woo! And then let's go back to it. Instagram is explicit_MMA. We're trying to get Explicit MMA. Someone else fucking owns it, and they haven't posted in like 3 fucking years. I don't think they ever have. Let me just quickly check. I DM them saying, oi, what's the chances you change your name? They've never posted. I want that fucking username. But guys, I hope you enjoyed this really fucking stupid podcast, which I have no idea what I did. And that's it from me. Make sure you give us 5 stars as well as follow our podcast. We're trying to get to 50 viewers, 50 listeners by the end of the year. So thanks guys, and I'll see you soon.